Welcome back. To Aphelion Everlasting. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are picking up where we left off last, and that would be with a split party, actually. Recapping shortly, you guys had failed your Proteic Frosty, unfortunately. It seemed the, snow globe wasn't up to snuff.
Ash globe.
Ember globe.
The globe.
I hate to say a totoso, but a totoso.
They're flat earthers, so they didn't believe.
But
anyways, you guys were labeled as kind of blanks
for the time being.
And you ceased to evidently be even on the radar of any of the Callow people. They ignored you unless you were trying to use their services, which you found out shortly after trying to leave the display area. Two of you were able to successfully disguise yourselves, at least enough to not look like you.
Just get the fuck out.
And you proceeded to get back up to the surface. You met up with Nemo shortly, and after discovering a little bit about the data that you guys were supposed to be transporting, you were looking for a route for the other two compatriots to reach the surface. Reaching out to the two people that you actually first met coming to Kalamoy, Chip and Chase, and Theta 3.
Chippendale.
You guys were holding a conversation trying to figure out how to get to them. That's where we had left off. That's where we'll pick up.
Cool.
So again, you guys are...
We were like on our way to meet them, weren't we?
You had been relayed that information. You two were currently up in
I just
the
sent
ship.
you kind of like where there will be, but you should kind of hide out. Or I told you to pretty much be on a low radar.
Yep.
Right.
Don't draw attention to yourself.
So, we'll pick up with you two now back down within the city of Tesmaya.
What kind of like, what are you wearing right now? Like, what's your getup?
I'm wearing my armor, so it's big and shiny.
What does that entail though? Do you have like a cloak or?
No, it's just regular. Well, it's ceremonial armor. Ceremonial plate. Does that come with anything, or is it just like shiny armor?
It's anything
It's up
flavor
to
is
you.
really up to you.
That's why I'm asking. You could have a cool like sash.
sash
Do you have
draped
a
around your
cape
neck.
or a cloak or I'm just curious like
No,
what we're
it's
dealing with
just
here.
straight up battle plate.
Okay.
Chromed out battle plate.
So he's
burned up in the drop down. So he's pretty much Captain Phasma.
Yeah, he's very, very noticeable.
Okay.
Especially with the mode of solar energy. You
Yep.
can obviously like keep it from being bright, but it's kind of hard to not notice something floating, a foot off from your head.
Low opacity, but still there.
Yep.
Well, I want to try and keep an open channel to him for right now. And I'm going to try and stay about 15, 20 feet back from where he is. And
Okay.
We'll start heading the direction towards where we're going to meet Chase and Theta 3.
And they gave you the directions to one of the maintenance accesses. Kind of strange meeting spot, but it's not exactly like you guys can go out the front door, and you can't really step outside.
I'm gonna like just kind of tug my collar up a little bit and put my goggles down and kind of just try and be as like inconspicuous as nonchalant, like keep my head down, just like not try and draw any attention to myself whatsoever.
Yeah. Let's just have you roll a stealth check. It's not necessarily just to be out of sight, but to kind of blend in, we'll say.
It's a 19.
19?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And Sean, are you trying to just try and not draw attention, or?
Yeah, as best I can, I suppose.
Okay, go ahead and.
Bust out that cardboard box.
Nope.
You threw the cardboard box instead of actually like putting it over yourself. You just
Hit somebody like 5 feet in front of you.
5 feet in front of you. Just chucked a box in someone's face. No. Unfortunately, as you previously mentioned, your armor is not hidden. You are very much sticking out like a sore thumb. Even though you have dimmed the light coming off of your solar mode. It is still, a very obvious feature in, a mostly Kahlo populated area. So he's, luckily drawing a lot of the attention. And while there aren't many Yosoki either, it's definitely, easier for you both height-wise and, distraction ahead of you to have them, looking at him or really kind of actively ignoring him. It's like somehow looking at you, but
You're the most
not
ignored
looking at
person in the room.
Yeah.
You're just looking right
Yeah.
through me.
They're so intent on ignoring
they are somehow
Yeah.
actively ignoring you and somehow making it severely obviously that they're watching you.
One of them even just comes up to me, gets my attention, and then just eyes glass over, and they forget about me right there.
Yeah, somebody walks up to you, and
have a
somehow their
stroke.
eyes literally just go straight sideways.
you.
That's how dedicated they are.
But you go ahead and you continue on. You're passing through it's a decently populated area. This place seems to be more ceremonial than anything, and even though it is ceremonial, there's still a need for engineers or maintenance personnel. Even though the Kalos seem to be very focused on the display, the form, they still obviously are concerned about function. You're getting close to the place where you were supposed to meet them. Unfortunately, you're still painfully obviously the most noticed person in the hallway. And it seems to be kind of like a T intersection, and there's like two side hallways, like on the opposite side of the big hallway. So it's like a long hallway you're continuing on. A similar size hallway cuts to the right, and then it's the second smaller kind of like hallway that you're supposed to go down.
Okay.
So you're approaching it, and you're about 30 feet from there.
Set on in there.
You're just going to walk straight in?
Well, I can't really like sneak in or anything.
No, but I mean, like,
Give me a perception check.
I don't use
Just because
that.
as you're approaching, you're just kind of trying to gauge
Shawnee really ruined it with that 20.
who's all watching you. There's about
10.
4 or 5 people that are within visual range, and you're not sure, but just judging by kind of their like demeanor, you're probably on their radar.
I'm gonna just mutter over the comms like,
Maybe keep going. Maybe, draw some attention away and I'll dip in there. You circle back around.
I want to discreetly just click a confirmation to him.
Yeah, you hear a little, kind of like static on the line, and you just see him kind of continue on. You just keep going down the hallway.
Yep.
Straightforward. Okay. Yeah, you keep on going, and true to fashion, like one person that's actually walking out of that short hallway, kind of like stops and actually like looks at you, and then as you pass by, you notice that person kind of like seemed to be turning the way you guys were coming, but then actually started going the opposite, following him.
so I'm gonna let him get, because I'm already like 20 feet behind him.
Right.
I'm gonna let him get like another 30 feet past where that alleyway is. I'm just gonna hang out, look at my data pad, just browse a little bit, and then just dip right in that alleyway and start heading down, kind of check out like what's directly ahead of me down the alleyway.
Right, and it seems to be like I said, more of a maintenance access. It appears to be a ladder actually going downwards, and you notice as you get to the ladder, there's actually water. Like the access point to it is flush with the ground, maybe like a couple inches below it, but it's just water. And it seems, it stands to reason that the Kahlo, when they're doing maintenance work, they probably want to be comfortable, and it seems like being in the water is comfort for them.
Obviously, our suits wouldn't be suited to like the pressure, but would they at least have the ability to allow us to have some extended breath underwater?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you can activate your environmental protections, and they last since it's level. Just to give you kind of a idea, when you can activate your environmental protections like hour increments, and it lasts for about a day.
Okay.
So obviously time notwithstanding a factor, you know, you think that probably the pressures. I mean, it's in the building, but you don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that it's going to be somewhat just around the area too. I hope. And so, is there anybody like coming back into the alleyway behind me, or like?
Perception check.
Okay, because this water's kind of bulwarked me for a moment. Where I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. Oh shit. Perception is a 17.
17.
Yep.
You kind of like get back a little bit just to kind of catch like a glimpse down both sides, and it doesn't seem that anybody's kind of coming. You got like a little bit of a gap, so there's a little bit of time where you could probably slip in without anybody like noticing.
Okay.
Face your fears.
Yeah, kind of just like shake myself up, like work myself up
Slap your
really
face a
quick.
little bit.
Yeah, just like jump up and down a couple times, and then
You feel like tiny little mechanical claws coming out.
You can do it.
It's like
You can do
you hear Buzz kind of in the back. He's like, "Don't worry, boss, you got this."
I'm gonna want lights as soon as we get down there.
And he's like, "Oh, I can't go. Electronics and water. You got environmental protections, but I don't."
well, I mean, he should be like
Put him in a
have
Ziploc.
sealants and shit like that. Like
Put him in
rain's
a-
not going to affect him.
Big sandwich bag or something.
I mean, you can
Is it
try
totally
certainly.
is everything totally enclosed on him?
If he's all folded up and on my back, yeah.
I mean, you designed him, so I guess.
So he
if
should
you think
he should be able to be submerged if he's completely.
You should have a small little light
compartmentalized.
on your wrist.
is-
mount
is
there.
He's
Is he-
tiny. He's like not that big.
Is he water resistant? Like resistant in air quotations? Like you could put him in the water for 5 seconds.
No, I mean, I
You
probably
think
would
when
have
he's
decided.
sealed up,
like,
he's sealed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he's definitely not going to be doing anything. I'm assuming, but when he's like all like enclosed at your back, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
So jumping up and down, and then just
And-
right.
You just hear a
Yeah, it's just.
little
And
drip.
you and even through the environmental protections, you can tell that the pressure somehow is definitely like heavy. It's not crushing you instantly, but you can feel it. Like there's a definite pressure change just on your body, and you feel more sluggish as you try and like kind of get your bearings. And you notice that it like goes down about 5 feet, and then you notice that it's a lot of different branching kind of areas. While this seemed like a very basic layout up where they are, you guess looking down the kind of maintenance area in it. And as you get down there, it's comfortable size, probably for like somebody like a Callow to swim. Not like two like opposite
So I've
directions.
got plenty of room.
You got plenty of room. There's about 50 feet worth of hallway, and you see 4 branching paths to the side and one at the end that you guess probably branches. So it's like a total of 6 different ways.
There's lights down here, I'm assuming. Like maintenance lights, even, or
Not really. No.
okay.
Do you,
You have dark vision.
You have dark vision.
I do, but
you know do
I'm
it.
still just not comfortable.
I mean, your wrist thing has.
Yeah, I would definitely have like
Yeah, you
pop that on.
Pop that on, and it's that eerie kind of like, what was that movie where like they had super intelligent sharks?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Yep.
Yeah, Blue Sea.
It's like those kind of hallways except full of water, and it's oddly enough very even like in here like the walls are all kind of carved intricately, so it's not as extravagant, but it seems that they put art everywhere.
Do I still have some sort of indication of where I need to head to meet Chase and Theta 3 now that I'm like here?
You kind of think about this, and then you like tap your readout, and it looks like the network of kind of pathways here is labyrinthian, but you kind of like try and give them, the previous message a look, and it has just a very basic map, and you see like just a line just, and you kind of guess where to go.